The entire room went silent when she said it. People laughed, some nervously, some openly, but no one expected what would happen next. It was a cold evening in Toronto, the kind where the wind slips through your coat and reminds you how alone you are. Inside a luxury corporate building, everything was warm, polished, and powerful. At the center of it all stood Victoria Hale, one of the youngest and most successful CEOs in the city. Sharp, confident, and known for her ruthless honesty. She had built her empire from the ground up. Or at least, that's what people believed. That night, her company was hosting a high-profile networking event. Investors, executives, and media filled the grand hall. And quietly moving between them, unnoticed as always, was Daniel Brooks, a janitor, a single father, a man who had learned to keep his head down and his heart guarded. Daniel wasn't always a janitor. Years ago, he had been an engineer with dreams, ambitions, and a future that seemed bright. But life doesn't ask for permission before it changes everything. After his wife passed away from a sudden illness, Daniel was left alone with his 5-year-old daughter, Lily. Grief consumed him, and responsibilities piled up. He lost his job, his savings, and eventually, his confidence. The janitor job wasn't where he wanted to be, but it was honest work, and it kept food on the table. That evening, while cleaning near the display area, Daniel overheard a group gathered around a sleek prototype engine, Victoria's newest investment. It was meant to revolutionize energy efficiency, but there was a problem. It wouldn't start. Frustration filled the air as top engineers scratched their heads. Victoria, standing tall in her designer suit, looked annoyed. Her reputation didn't tolerate failure, especially not in front of investors. Daniel hesitated. He had seen that kind of engine before. His hands tightened around the mop handle. He knew what might be wrong. But speaking up? People like him weren't supposed to interrupt people like them. Still, something inside him pushed forward. "Excuse me," he said quietly. No one listened. He stepped closer. "I think I know what's wrong." This time, a few heads turned. One of the engineers scoffed. "You? It's not a clogged sink, buddy." A few chuckles spread. Victoria raised an eyebrow, amused. "You think you can fix it?" she asked, her tone sharp but curious. Daniel swallowed. "Yes." The room grew entertained. It was a joke now. Victoria smirked and crossed her arms. "All right," she said loudly enough for everyone to hear. "Fix this engine, and I'll marry you." Laughter erupted. Phones came out. Someone whispered, "This is going viral." But Daniel didn't laugh. He stepped forward calmly, as if the noise around him didn't exist. He removed his gloves, rolled up his sleeves, and looked at the engine, not like a janitor, but like a man who once belonged in rooms like this. He didn't rush. His fingers moved with quiet confidence.